What's going on, guys? Another day in paradise. Make sure you hit the like button, those of you who come in here. Appreciate you guys. So, hypocrisy and the policing of language. I'm going to base this whole stream off some of these comments that that are on this video. The video is right here that I uploaded 13 days ago, 2 weeks ago. They always attempt to marry into the mulatto. Okay. Got over 1,000 views, 75 comments, decent engagement. And with that engagement, of course, I can create more material. So let's check this out. Okay, and right here, this one, Brownie Mixed. Let me actually zoom it in to make sure you guys can see, because I know sometimes, yeah, should be good now. Okay, it says right here, Brownie Mixed. They created this channel like what, April 1st, 2025. So that's what, 5 months ago. It's a fucking troll channel. The thing is, when I first saw the comment this troll put on my page, it said Brownie Mulatto. That was the title. They changed it to Mixty, whatever. Brownie Mixty. It's just another one of these gay trolls who interlope in our spaces. And let me go back to the spot that I was at with that comment. Okay. All right. So let's read this person's comment. All right. And then let's get into the replies. It says, I see your point with dark skinned men, obsession with MLS women. However, Dave Chappelle is a grift due to having a mulatto mother. Okay, that's cool. He has a mulatto mom, so he's a grift. Yeah, so he's not mulatto. He's a grift. Dave Chappelle. Okay, if you say so, I don't know. I don't know. I don't look into everybody's background. But that right there, you're admitting that he's a grift. Okay, he's not a mulatto. End of discussion. But the interlopers always want to crowbar their way into the biracial conversation. You guys got to watch out and look out and catch that. Because if you use these broad, ambiguous terms like light skin, you're going to let all the interlopers come in and take your shit. Because we already know they've been doing this for years. These LARPers, they LARP as like MGM. Come to find out, they're basically just black with, 8% slave master DNA. They're admixed. But they try to conflate having admixture to them being a multi-generational mix. And some of these dumbass idiots, they fall for it. Especially if you're biracial, you're really a fucking fool if you let these people come over here and try to hijack our shit. What the hell's wrong with you? You're that desperate for friends? You let people play stupid in front of your face? Like, that's what I'm saying. Especially if you're biracial and you play these stupid games, then you got some issues. But for the rest of the freaks and interlopers, whatever, as I don't know, you guys go do your crap over there, man. Like the whole thing with this platform and all ALL, all of my platforms is we center mulattoes. We have a voice now. We have the microphone. Tough. Deal with it. Okay, so and then this, like, you're gonna try to crowbar some griff. Yeah, that's a griff. That's not a mulatto. Okay, so though his mother, despite being darker skinned than light skinned griff, he is technically already part of the mulatto class due to his mother inheritance. You guys see that? So by your logic, by me having a white mom, I'm part of the white class, or by me having a black dad, I'm part of the black class. That's not how it works. But these people, this random troll, no content, they pretend you don't make any damn rules. I mean, did you get any likes? You got 3 likes, but 7, yeah, you didn't get any likes. You don't make the rules. Okay. You just sit back, watch and listen. You let me tell you what the deal is. So they're going off technicality, right? Already a part of the mulatto class. He's saying they're trying to crowbar this griff. this dark skinned Dave Chappelle. We don't claim Dave Chappelle. He's a funny guy. He's a funny comedian. I'm a fan of his work. Um, but no, he's not mulatto. He's a black guy. You can call him Griff, whatever Griff. To me, he's black. He's not mulatto. He's not biracial. He's not a part of our class. Okay. And I don't see any mulattoes trying to bring him in. I really don't. Because they'd be laughed at, they'd be mocked, and we'd all clown them. Okay. But as you got these dummy trolls who come in here with no content, who act like their opinion matters. We're just going to make content off of you. That's all it is. Okay. I'm going to get paid off of you. That's all it is. And the guy puts here Professor Griff is darker skinned Afro American man mixed with Native American Indian. He is also already mixed. I don't give a shit what the hell he's mixed with. I've been saying that for the past 3 years. I don't give a damn what you're mixed with. He talks about Professor Griff, Afro American, Native American, black, whatever. That's not mulatto. But you see how these interlopers and trolls, they try to crowbar their way into our discussion. We're supposed to stop talking about this mulatto stuff, and we're supposed to center them. We're supposed to like take them. I'm just, to me, like I said, just use it for content because it's quite pathetic. They try this crap. So he is just darker skinned biracial man with the MLS woman. Yeah. Professor Griff is not biracial. He's most likely African American with 2% Native American. And by that logic, you're going to claim him mixed. But you do what the rest of the Bantus do. And it's not cute, and it's slightly funny and entertaining enough for me to make content out of it. But it's boring and pathetic at the same time as well. It's like I'm thinking about it, looking at this comment, talking to you guys live right now, thinking like, why am I doing this? I could just go to bed, get some rest, wake up, work out, which I'm going to do anyways. But I got some time tonight. It's been a week since I had a live stream, so here I am. No, he's not biracial. You people don't make the rules. Okay. And Dr. Dre is a light-skinned man, possibly MGM like Chris Brown. Yeah, I get Chris Brown. He has a black dad and a mixed mom. So Chris Brown's a Griff, lighter skinned Griff. Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever it is, it's not mulatto. Yeah, he's part of the whole light skin club because that's what you have, like the light skin gang and all that. That's what they got going on. They got like a mixed parent and then a black parent. That's not mulatto. And Dr. Dre, I don't know what the hell he is, but he's not biracial. He's not mulatto. End of discussion. Okay, moving along. It's just different colored mixed people breeding with each other and producing more types of mixed children. You see how they conflate the issue? Nobody here is talking about mixed or we're talking mulatto specific. That's what they seem to not understand. Like the video, the title of the video is right here. They always attempt to marry into the mulatto class. Where the fuck did I say the mixed class or the Griff class or the MGM class? I'm not talking about you people. You people aren't mulattoes. You're light skinned. You're something else. I'm not talking about you. You serve Bantus. I'm specifically talking about mulattoes. That's the title. But you got some random troll from Blackistan this person, comes over here and starts talking all this mixed shit and MGM shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm telling you what the mulatto dealio is. Apparently you're not listening. Go watch the video again or watch the stream. I know you will. It's like they purposely come over here and do this to you guys. That's why this whole broad, ambiguous, innocuous language, it's not cutting it. It's not working out. Because this is what they're always going to do. Well, technically, everybody's biracial. Well, technically, everybody's mixed. So they'll have some black with 2% Native American and 3% Irish. And they're going to sit there and say they're just as mixed as you. And they're dark, and they're doing this to invalidate you, to silence the mulatto voice. I specifically have in the title, mulatto. I make it abundantly clear with my username in the title of the video, mulatto. But yet this person comes over here and is talking all this mixed shit. MGM, mixed, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. They need us. We don't need them. They need to go back over there and be subordinates to Bantus and stay the hell out of our shit. Or we'll just use you for content. Simple as that. Okay. It's just different colored mixed people breeding with each other and producing more types of mixed children. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it is you're conflating admixture with actually being mixed and biracial. Because this idea of mixed has already been hijacked. The LGBT people, the pro blacks, Afrocentrics, they've hijacked all that shit. The people on the left, we're all mixed. Race is a social construct. All those people have hijacked this whole concept of multiraciality or being mixed. It's all been hijacked. They don't want to touch the word mulatto. It's a litmus test. It's like a checkmate once you start embracing mulatto and you use that, and they're automatically against it because they can't crowbar their way into it. It's ultra specific, right? They can't weasel their way into it. When you start saying mixed, you have these interlopers. They got like 5% slave master DNA. They're trying to say they're the same as you. As a biracial, you got a white mom and a black dad. You're not the same as these motherfuckers. Be honest. That's why you're tuning into my channel. You know the truth. You may not be as like public as me and like kind of bold, but you know the damn truth. You're not the same as them. But they want you to think you're the same, where they're the majority so they can use your ass to do their bidding, right? So she puts or he, it's just a gay troll, right? The colors of South Africa range from light skin to dark skin. Yeah, that's South Africa. That's not America. All right. Which is no different to some of the mixed couples you have presented. Do you have any examples? What couples I presented? I mean, when I post pictures of Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, same complexion. Aisha Curry, Steph Curry, same complexion. Basically, every mixed couple I presented, they're the same complexion. So, like, what are the examples? And this person puts, y'all just looking at the skin color rather than genetic makeup. Who's y'all? Talking about my audience, the mulattoes who have pride in themselves. That's y'all. We're just looking at skin color. No, but your genes, see, they come in here and they start talking about percentages that they got 20% non-African or whatever, or 30% colonizer DNA. And that's the whole thing is they identify their genetic makeup. They call it colonizer DNA. If these are black people, they're black identified. I don't want them in my shit. I'm going to block their ass once I find them. Why they're trying to dump their trash onto us and have it to where our community, our group is supposed to like praise them. And then they're going to call you a colorist. Go fuck off. Okay. We don't care. This ain't the spot for you, but they talk about this genetic makeup and they get with all these percentages and they see, this is meant to confuse you guys. They're bringing their confusion onto us. We know who we are over here and we're embracing it. And this person says mixed is mixed regardless. Doesn't mean anything because you people say someone who has admixture is the same as like biracial or mixed. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Okay. Mixed it means nothing. It means nothing when you basically say, well, we're all mixed. We're all the same. Race is a social construct. It means nothing. I don't do the DNA thing. It's funny. She says, I don't, or he, whatever. I don't do the DNA thing. But earlier, what did they just talk about genetics? I got to find my spot. It's right here. The sentence above it. Y'all just look at the skin color rather than their genetic makeup, basically calling us colorist, right? That's Blackistan. So they're dark skinned Bantus, they're interlopers, they're not one of us. Colorism crybabies sitting there talking about y'all just look at the skin color. And then they just put right here, I don't do the DNA thing. But what the hell do you do? What do? You do nothing. You're just an interloper. You want to bastardize us. You want to keep us and contain us within the black group. We're already done with you guys. We already Blexit or exited, whatever. There's exodus. We've already bounced. We handed in our 2-week notice. Like, we're good. You need to pay us. You need to give us something or adios. You're not supporting our businesses. We have nothing to do with you people. It's already done. It's inevitable. I'm one guy and there's other men, there's other women who have the similar sentiments that I have. It's already done. You people need to give us and offer us something. If not, what the hell are you even doing? You're just giving us content so we can grow our platform, reach a larger audience. There's still millions of mulattoes who don't even know we're over here. So yeah, you need to basically shut up and pay and hurry up and buy. This whole, you know, trying to dump your crap, your Blackistan crap on us. It's just deplorable at this point. I know what's in my family tree. Your Dogla mixed with Afro Latina. Yeah, your ass is not a mulatto. She says, I'm Meshla and Mixty Chico. Yeah, I don't know what all this. Okay, Dogla is black and Indian. And you said Afro Latina. Yeah, you're not mulatto. So you need to go find the black pages who will tell you you're special. I don't know what the hell, what else to tell you. Shout out to Mongrel Uprising. He puts right here, just because two people are mixed does not mean they are the same race. Grips, quadroons, and mulattoes all have different percentages, and those percentages matter. They matter. Okay. Because you'll have these grips who will sit there and say, I have 30% colonizer DNA. And then a year later, they're talking about they got 40% European. These people are all liars. You know, you're not mulatto. You're not mulatto. I don't give a shit about your DNA or what the hell you're talking about. Just go back over there and fix that community. See, every other group of people gets to have their own exclusive identity, but you expect us mulattoes to share an identity with people who are not even like us. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And not even that they're not like us. They hate us. They envy us. They secretly envy us. And they secretly work with Anglos and other groups, mestizos, against us. These Bantus and Bantu butt kissers. They work with these other groups in cahoots with them against the mulattoes. This is the thing. It's not only that they're not like us. They don't share the same culture, heritage, identity, and mannerisms. It's not even just that. It's just that they actively and openly work against us in our interest, right? So Rosalind puts right here, good, but why does color plus percentage of blood race matter? It shouldn't. We are all part of the human race. No multiple. You guys see that? We're all part of the human race. You guys see that? But then these same people, you go to their little black channels. They're so special because they're black. Their melanin's popping. They're special because they got melanin. They're the original. You see all that shit? you know, they want you to believe race is a social construct, but you go to their social media and all the pages they like and the profiles they like, it's all this, black, 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 right? That's good for them. Race is good and matters for them, but for you, you just got to invalidate yourself and uplift them. Not happening. And she puts here because race was invented by Eurocentrics in order to justify the transatlantic slave trade. Griff, Pardo, Preto, Quadroon, and Octoroon came out of the emphasis on race, a made up idea. See that? Race is a social construct when mulattoes are coordinating and organizing our own tribe, community, and think tanks and networks. All of a sudden, you have these Bantu butt kissers and interlopers who come and tell us race is a social construct. But when you examine their social media pages, all the pages they like, it's all Afrocentric and black and race matters to them. It's funny how that works, right? I'm just trying to get some of these mulattoes to just stop being cowards to them. Analyze what they're doing in order to divide the one human race along nose length, flatness, lip thickness, eye color, hair texture, ear wax, consistency, body, all this weird, irrelevant crap. Nobody gives a damn about their ear wax and your lip thickness and all. No, the eye color. No one's talking about that. The thing with mulattoes have different hair textures. I'm bald, but my hair is very straight. That's not the point. The point is that you don't have the same culture as us. You don't have the same heritage as us. You're not the same as us. Okay. You want to trick us to think we're the same as you so you can use us and put us in a position where we're a minority. When I'm looking at it right now, there's enough mulattoes. When I look around, why don't we just get together and create our own situation? Why are we still in this cycle, dysfunctional cycle, trying to be cool with them and prove anything? This is just ridiculous. It has to end. It makes no sense. You get nothing. You're going to spend your whole life proving what? You don't have to prove anything. They don't have to prove nothing to you. They need to pay you. That's my whole proposal here. I always say they owe you. You don't need them. They need you more than you need them. They need to pay you. Okay. Or they can give you content you guys can make money off of. I'm surprised you were the commentator. Are you him? Don't get on Beyonce's father's case. Her mom, Tina, comes from a long line of Creoles, yet Matthew, in spite of his ebony skin, is a black Native American mix. You see that? They're claiming Beyonce's dad, dark skin, black, Native American mix. This is how they blur the lines, right? They're saying, well, he's different. You know, these people really, these mulatto women seem content with their darker skin, but mixed husbands. These couples aren't bothering anybody. Yeah, Rosalind, you seem like an old bat, and whatever, regardless, you just stay in your lane. You're in the wrong spot. Okay, we don't care. At least I don't care. And then the person puts here griffs, secretars, quadroons, octoroons, Douglas, Blasians, marabouts, and mulattoes are usually quintessentially light skinned, but can range from light skin to dark skin. It is evident that colorists like you, there you see that, are attempting to exclude darker skinned mixed race people based on a color primary and not bloodline. The thing is bloodline. Look, a Blasian and a Douglas, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is basically that's in a Caribbean like terminology. That's someone who's black and Indian. In America and other places, we'd say they're Belindian, black and Indian. That they're not mulatto. Mulatto is European African. But you see how these black interlopers, they come in here and they're trying to like put us on a defensive and say, oh, well, you're a colorist because you don't accept us. You don't accept us non mulattoes. Like, go create your little gay black mix space. You guys have them all out there, anyways. Most of the channels and social media with all these followers, and they're mixed, they're supposedly pro mix and all this shit. you know, they're pro black, they're gay, they're feminist, they're queer. Like they're not mulatto spaces. That's the whole reason why I created my channel, my social media. I was like, well, we need a space where mulattoes have the microphone, are centered. Then you have these people who come in here talking about griffs and quadroon, octoroon. Who the hell is calling themselves an octoroon? That's like 1/8 like black. They're mostly white. That's like a white person with black admixture. Maybe that meant something 200 years ago. It doesn't mean anything today. Again, a Blasian is black and Asian. They're not European and black. They're not mulatto. But this goofy doofus wants to drop all of their Blackistan problems onto us because they want to bastardize. They want to take our European genes. That's what it comes down to with all these people. And yeah, it's a female, I'm pretty sure, because they always cry colorism, man. That's what it is. He's calling this El Mulaton guy, Mongrel Uprising, she's calling him a colorist. Nothing he said was colorist. But see, they're going to call every man that has integrity, that's a mulatto man, a colorist, right? And that's the Blackistan. Like they're going to call Chris Brown a colorist when they know there's 50 million other dark-skinned Bantus who are more colorist than Chris Brown, but they're not going to talk about them. They're not going to talk about Kodak Black. No, because they worship the dark-skinned Pookie Bantu, right? They're going to point the finger at a Chris Brown or a biracial man. Now, that's what I'm saying. They always pull this crap. They bring their black shit over here. They can never articulate their points. They confuse the issue. They're throwing in Blendians, Blasians, Griffs. These aren't mulattoes. And then when you don't accept that, they're going to call you a colorist. Good. I'm just going to make content off your ass. Make sure you stay in line. If your monkey ass gets out of line, I'll block you and get you the fuck up out of here. I do that with all of you savages. Just know your place when you're over here. Okay? But thank you for the content. I appreciate it. And this person puts, it's evident that you're colorist. Like you're attempting to exclude darker skinned mixed race people. The issue is not if you're mixed. Okay? The thing is, this is a mulatto space. We center mulattoes. That's what this person and all of them, they try to muddy the waters based on color primarily, not based on bloodline. Big difference. We don't care. This ain't your spot. A dark-skinned mixed-race woman, Foxy Brown, and she puts Amara La Negra, is different to quintessential mono-ethnic African woman like Lupita Nyong'o. The same way a light skinned mulatto woman like Alicia Keys is different from a mono ethnic lighter skinned women. However, you group light skinned people with mulattoes and exclude dark skinned biracial people. Who's the dark skinned biracial people we're excluding? Due to color prolifics, crafty political tactics from your gang. See how stupid this idiot is? Who are the dark skinned mulattoes we're excluding? Now they put biracial people. Remember, the whole discussion here is about mulatto. But these idiots, these black Bantu butt kissing interlopers, they come over here and they cause confusion. They confuse the issue. Okay. Now they're saying, well, we exclude dark. We don't exclude any mulattoes. You're mulatto. I mean, depending on your kind of political ideology, the main thing is what I really get on for some of these people, if they're mulatto, is when they want to bring in the whole queer gay thing and they want to make it about sex. When the whole thing is we're mulatto, man or woman, I don't care what you do in the bedroom. You're two consenting adults. That's your business. Let's have a discussion based off our commonality of being mulatto. But oftentimes people get distracted and they want to put their sexuality at the forefront and make it about the fact that they're gay or they're queer and that they're mixed in something. And you see that across social media. And I have an issue with that. I have an issue when mulattoes try to push that stuff and try to put both of those issues together like they're the same when they're not. You know, so that's my main thing. So it's not. I call it out, and do I exclude them? I mean, if they're lesbian, or if they're homosexual, gay, whatever, it's not my business. If they're mulatto, they're proud to be mulatto. Well, this is a channel for them. This is a mulatto centered spot. You know, the issue I have with them, where their exclusion will occur, is when they start promoting feminism and misandry, and then like lesbianism, where like they look at men as being disposable, but they'll always like prop up a woman, you know, and like defend a woman and throw the men under the bus, like this lesbian shit. It's like, okay, then I'm going to have to exclude some people because you're getting out of line. You're bringing in a weird gender sexual dynamic that doesn't need to be here. Okay. So this person's making it about skin color. They don't qualify. You're not mulatto. You're just here for our entertainment at this point. We're making content off of you. That's it. Really stupid. Trying to confuse us, talking about exclude darker skinned biracial people. Where are the people we're excluding? What, Foxy Brown you got up here? Or Amara La Negra? She's not mulatto as far as I'm concerned. Does she have a white parent, a European parent, or two mulatto parents? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they're not one of us. Fuck out of here. Go somewhere else with that crap. Person puts here, you are lost. You fail to understand that mixed people are mixed people regardless of aesthetic. If you are a light shade mulatto, it's a different experience to a dark skinned Douglas, and she's one of them. She's a dark skinned Blendian, or he, whatever. Just a troll. You're not mulatto. That's the key thing. But both are still mixed, just different experiences due to various factors. Yeah, different experiences. Yeah, we're not the same. You guys, I'm talking about, I'm just saying these type of interlopers. When I say you guys, I'm saying these interlopers who come into our discussions and want to dump their crap on us, the mulattoes, thinking like we're supposed to like tolerate it or put up with it. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to practice exclusion, integrity, and survival. I don't have to accept you savages. No, go do that somewhere else. Okay, you're in the wrong spot. How can two mixed people not be of the same race if they are both mixed? You smoke pot or something? Mixed people like myself share many ethnicities with various people. So mixed people like yourself share many ethnicities with various people. You're not mulatto. You're not, and then you're telling on yourself. Well, we already know. You want to waste our time, but you're not wasting it. You're actually giving us an opportunity to create some material, which of course will inform the public. And they're going to start to see the patterns when they start seeing you people, how you're pro race, but then you come to our comment section talking about it's a social construct. See, once we start to validate ourselves, then you tell us, well, we're all the same. It's a social construct. We already see you people. We know the game. It's just entertainment at this point. That's the beauty of being mixed race, Forrest Gump. Calling him El Mulatón is possibly the most articulate person within the whole mulatto spaces. So Yeah, you're, and she's not getting any likes on any of her stupid comments because she's an idiot. I mean, it's very obvious. Just to rest my case, please answer wisely. Does a light-skinned mulatto man like Shamar Moore and a dark-skinned mixed? There you go. They're trying to put together Blasians, Douglas with mulattoes, the same category. This is that black shit. This is what they do. They're dumping in all like Foxy Brown, make mixed children, whether they are light skin or dark skin, or are they just black women is dark skin. See, the whole idea is about mulatto, but you have these Bantu butt kissers and interlopers who purposely confuse the issue and start trying to compare us to Blasians. In my comment, I put here, mulattoes are not Blasian or Douglas. Mulattoes are mulatto. You are a black cosplaying as mulatto. She changed her name because prior her name had Brownie Mulatto. Now it's Brownie Mixty. Because, I called her ass out on it. She changed her name, looking dumb. I don't know. Make some videos, please. Make some content. Response. You'll probably get your channel popping. You got a lot of hoes out here clout chasing off of me, trying to get their numbers. Some of them are so desperate they like their own shit. They have like 50 other sock puppet accounts. They like their own damn post, trying to act like they got an audience and shit. They like their own damn posts, just switch their little accounts, stacking up their own likes. It's pretty pathetic, but that's what you got. Like, you might as well clout chase off of me, make a video reaction, and see what you got. And there's a gang, a band of losers. Yeah, but how long are they going to stick around for, right? Make your content off of me. You're just going to help me out. That's all you're going to do. And then she put discrimination against Douglas, my word, who is cosplaying. Afro-Indian was considered mulatto. Was. Yeah, I don't know where the hell you're from. Was, but no, that's not today. We're not claiming your ass. You're not mulatto. Okay, the mulatto congregation, just letting you know what's up. She puts, how do you know I'm black American or black African? What is black criteria? She puts a word here, delete me with words that I don't fit. Debasing tactics want me to succumb to your black and white lies. I'm Exoticals United, black skin adios. You're an idiot. You're not, you're embarrassing. Black and white lies. I don't know what the hell that means. Okay, Griff Sacratuz again. Who the hell is calling himself a Sacratuz? You guys, I think that's like someone who's like 1/8 white. Is that like the reverse of like a octoroon? Because a quadroon is the reverse of like a griff. A griff is a black person. They're black, okay? But they have like a mixed parent, like a Beyonce kind of thing. She would fall in that category. Her mom was like Creole mulatto. So Beyonce would be like a griff, right? She has considerable European mixture to where she has lighter skin and different features, correct? So a quadroon would be the kind of opposite, like a Logic, the rapper Logic. I know he calls himself biracial, but he's, mostly white, and his father is actually biracial. It's similar with the lady Amber Rose. You guys get the drift, right? And it puts lineage specifically that can align with percentage or fraction, but it's based on lineage and even bloodline. Not the same as DNA test. Totally different. Yeah, I'm going to move on because this idiot, I'm getting annoyed and bored just looking at this. Okay. So, person here, Laney, puts, you are clearly delusional, mentally ill. Cosplaying as mulatto, as we couldn't already tell that you're not, in writing essays in the comment section begging to be included. Yeah, it's ultra pathetic. And I put a comment here, these blacks with their little 11% non-black DNA want to be mulatto so bad, it's super cringe. Laney replies again, says they really do. I have never seen any other race be this damn pathetic to this extent. They have to be mentally ill not to feel any type of embarrassment doing it. Yeah, like they're trying so hard, like that particular person. When I'm saying they, make it abundantly clear, I'm saying they. I'm talking about these type of like Bantu butt kisser interlopers who want to cosplay as mulatto or mixed. Like they so desperately want to be a part of our discussion. Like, why don't they just go do their own shit? Why don't they go create their own YouTube channel and their own like little space? I don't know why they come over here acting dumb, giving us free content, you know. And shout out to Mongrel Uprising. He puts, I didn't say a thing about skin color or physical appearance. I know, exactly. I know. I pointed that out as well, reading her comments. But see, that's what they always do. They always they always go to that colorism shit. And it's to put us on the defensive. You're racist, you're anti-black, you're a colorist. Okay. Well, what the hell is your black ass gonna do about it? You gonna cry at a white massa? Okay. That's all it is. They're always gonna point the finger and try to put you on defensive when it's really them who are the racist, who are the colorist, who are anti-mulatto. That's why mulattoes have to use their voice. Look at these news stories, look at these articles, look at their comments, look what they're talking and saying about you on social media. Screenshot it, record it, make a video about it, right? Look what I've done with my social media. I just report the news. I see what they're commenting, what they're putting, I talk about it, gain a following from it, and they're not so innocent after all. You notice they're just as racist as everybody else, but they love that victim title. Right? My whole thing is if they stay in their lane, we can stay in our lane. It'll be harmony, but they want to try to interlope in our spot, and I'm not interested. Then he puts, my comment was about DNA percentages. Grips and octoroons are not mulattoes. Percentages matter. Address that. Yeah, they can't because she's a Blasian, Douglas. You're not whatever. You're not mulatto. She puts Douglas Afro Latina mixed Chico. No white man mixed like you. Your confused self. You see, no white man mixed like your confused self. You see that anti mulatto slur. You know the most pathetic and sad part about these savages is they come over here trying to include themselves in the discussion, saying mixed is mixed regardless. We're all mixed. Why are you discriminating against this? Blah, blah, blah. But then they really show their ass. You see that right there. No white man mix like your confused self. They're calling you confused. So you know this is basically just a black with minimal admixture. They're black identified because it's blacks who use that language and white supremacists. Okay, the black supremacists, white supremacists, they use that language, confused. We're laying out strict criteria for what is mulatto, and we're not bending it. So we're not the confused one. Guys, look at the damn comments I just read to you guys. Go to my video on my channel and read all these comments or replay this stream. I read all the comments already, Save yourself some time. Who the hell is the confused one? What is my comment right here? Mulattoes are not Blasian or Douglas. Mulattoes are mulatto. Okay, like the very strict, simple criteria. But you look at this person, lengthy damn comments, talk all this stupid shit. A dark-skinned mixed-race woman like Foxy Brown or whatever, different quintessential mono-ethnic African woman, like all this. These are confused people, but they spread their confusion shit on us. And when you back them in a corner intellectually, what do? They show their racism. They show their anti-white racism. That's the key thing. Okay. The Bantu butt kisser is showing their anti-white racism. Mulattoes, we're half white. We have white parents. We have white family. That's part of our heritage. That's what these people don't seem to understand. They want to bring in this Native American or Asian or some other shit. You guys got to do your own stuff. We're not talking about you. My material doesn't cover that. Go create a channel and cover that. But yeah, they're showing their ass. Look at this. No white man mixed like your confused self. Black and white confusion. You guys see that? Because we're mulatto. You're a reject. That's why you changed your name. I saw this comment a week ago, and I'm just doing a live stream now reviewing these. But it said Brownie Mulatto. That was her tag, her username tag. She changed it to Mixty because you look stupid. The mulattoes, you're not fucking one of us, man. When you start talking this colorism stuff, like, yeah, you're over there with Bantus, okay? Pure East Indian, Arawak, African, and more indigenous over here. No white mix needed. Look at that. No white mix needed, right? They're not mulatto. That's the whole thing. You catch them, you're like, okay, their racism showing. Remember, they're always going to try to put you in defensive. They're going to say, you're racist, you're colorist, right? You're anti-black, right? I'm going to get my white massa. to deal with you, and then you're talking shit about whites on your social media like we see right here. It's like, okay, great. I'd love to see the white boy cuck who's going to help your black ass out. That'll be funny. You're talking shit about them. Look, no white mix needed, right? Black and white mix, mad confusion. There you go. All you mulattoes, you want to be all inclusive. I laugh at you guys. You guys are still playing with that light skin shit, thinking we all gonna be together. All of us light skins and MLS, we need to get together. Yeah, okay, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. Because you're gonna run right into this. These Bantu butt kissers who are anti mulatto. Yeah, good luck. Yeah. They're specifically targeting you. They're laying it out right here. Black and white mix, mad confusion. They're saying you're a mulatto, you're confused. They're laying it out right in front of your eyes. This is a good, example right here for this live stream. Douglas Afro Latina, best mix Chico. Is that the best mix? They're the best mix. That's what Blendian and Afro Latino, they're the best mix. Yeah, okay. Whatever, loser. Don't care. You're not even worth a block. Like I said, unless your ass gets out of line, or you're just some creepy Fruit Loop. Like there's some of these people where it's like they're just weird and creepy. And you just get them out of here. But if you're just an idiot posting dumb comments, you're just helping me out in the algorithm. I don't care. So it puts Bantu means people in Africa, which was later misused, not Haiti. Get your facts straight. You should go to your European ancestors, the Anglo-Saxons, who used you against the Africans of buffer class. They again, the black supremacist, Chancellor Williams, conspiracy theories, right? You need to go back to your Anglo-Saxon ancestors. They used you against Africans of buffer class. Really? Don't you see it all around today how dark-skinned males use these dumbass, use these naive people to do their bidding? Like you have these biracial baby mamas who they want to fit in with dark-skinned Bantus, right? And then they're baby mamas and shit. It's like, how did that work out? They tricked your ass. So it's really the usury is the other way around. You're sitting there talking about Anglo-Saxons, they use you against Africans. Well, today, 2025, looks like the dark-skinned Bantus are using mulatto women against mulatto men. That's what it looks like to me. You talk to these other men, it's what it looks like to us. Dark skins using these light skins against other light skinned men. It's what it looks like to us today. Can't say nothing about that, can you? Yeah. It says buffer indeed. We're eating good. Meanwhile, Haitian Bantus are eating cats, dogs, and dirt cookies. Yeah, I had to like that because that is funny and true at the same time. Another big back foam at the mouth crying says, you can take the B word and shove back in your big mouth. By the way, you're not worth crying. Someone put here, or the same person, you Anglo-Saxon eat at the blood, sweat, and tears of the Haitians. You have no place in the world to label us. Oh, so it's a Haitian. It's a Haitian, which some of them, the history, they are the most anti-mulatto, right? And that's with Papa Doc, who's a gentleman I need to bring on the platform when he has time because he's the one who actually informed me about some of the history there. He's very knowledgeable. His the history part of his history and what he shared with me. But he's the one who informed me about Papa Doc and this concept of Noorism, this black supremacy that was spreading in Haiti and grew in Haiti 100 years ago or so, or less than 100 years ago. But a lot of the anti-mulatto sentiment it comes from Haiti because there were mulatto rulers, mulatto class, mulatto elites who helped them get out of slavery, fought the French. Then the black supremacists turned on mulattoes, and mulattoes were able to acquire a lot of power. There's a lot of history of mulattoes in Haiti that I do want to explore primarily on my other channel, the History Channel. I am going to do that in the future, but I have to do a lot more research. There's so much interesting gems is regards to mulattoes on that island in Haiti and Dominican Republic. But I'm going to get into that in the future. It says not your people, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's just typical Bantu rhetoric. You have no right to tell me who are. You've been fake since you invaded the world. Yeah, dummy. Invaded the world. Yeah. Cope. Okay. Okay. Coco Melon right here says, can you talk about how black women are going crazy over Nick and Alondra from Love Island? Look, if you're a dude and you watch Love Island, you're sweet. You got sugar in the tank. Okay. Dudes don't watch Love Island. I don't know. This person put this comment here, Coco Melon. I don't know. 2025, right? Talk about black women going crazy. I don't give a damn what they're going crazy. If they're not going crazy for me, I don't even care. I don't care. And you're talking about Love Island. Like I said, why would you think that I watched that? Okay. Love Island is for moist people, moist dudes. The females, okay, that makes sense. They're women, they're ladies. I get it. I'm not talking about the ladies, but if you're a guy and you watch that, you're sweet. So this person putting like, why the hell would you expect for me to watch that shit? Interracial relationships and how she says their relationship will heal the world. Don't care. Don't care. Not gonna watch it. You're gonna have to pay me. I don't care. And this person says Bantu women taking L's has made reality TV way more entertaining. It's colorism though, right? It's featureism. We have to say they're the best, even when most of them aren't. If they are good, they get propped up. Like you have that lady Lupita Nyong'o. I'm a kid, a 90s kid. I'm an adult. I'm a 90s kid. When I was a kid in the 90s, you had Brandy. Then you had Kelly Rowland or whatever, right? Brandy, you guys remember her, Brandy, right? Dark skinned lady. Yeah, they get propped up. Yeah, the attractive ones, talented ones. So I don't know. Um, Person puts, I know they stay embarrassing themselves because they have low self esteem, self awareness. This person, the comment here I want to read, this is good. This is what I want to get into. The whole title of this stream here is literally based off this comment. I'm going to get to your guys' comments real soon. But I named the title of the stream. We're almost about an hour into this. Hypocrisy in the policing of language. This comment right here, this is from that Rosalind, whatever, who said that race is just a social construct. I read her comment earlier on the other thread. This is a person who's going to be pro-black, black identified, but they want you mulattoes who have a race consciousness now that's developing. They want you to just pretend like race is made up. It doesn't matter. Or you're just black at the end of the day. One drop rule, my white massa. These people are so damn confused. They come over here and try this with us. Get a load of this. She puts, as an ADOS, American descendant of slaves, I and my ADOS or FBA, foundational Black American friends or relatives, never identified as Bantus. Why should we when we are Americans? You do realize Bantus live in Africa, right? Bantus have migrated for centuries, not only across Africa, but from the transatlantic slave trade, they have been supplanted and put into Haiti, the Caribbean, South America, Central America, and North America. If you do a DNA test, you little FBA ADOS, you're going to have Bantu genetics. Okay. And says you do realize Bantus live in Africa, right? They live around the world. Okay. Or are you turning it into a slur for this podcast? Reality is, I'm being specific. I say Bantu because it's not Somalians who are talking all this shit about mulattoes. Because in the black diaspora, in the black world, the Somali men are not looked at as the beauty standard for black masculinity. It's the Bantu, like Michael Jordan or Kwame Brown or Kanye West or whatever. They always look at the Bantu male as being like the standard. And I'm being specific. They don't put Ethiopian men in their phenotype and present that man as a standard. Look what happened with hip hop. You have Drake. The Bantus are very upset with Drake. So now they're trying to say, oh, he got a white mom in Canada. He biracial. He light skinned. He from Canada. He ain't black like me. That's what the Bantus are saying. So I'm being ultra specific because it's the Bantus who want to be the standard of blackness, of black masculinity. They don't want mulatto men, biracial men to be the standard of blackness and black masculinity. That's why they hate Drake. They don't want Ethiopian men, Somalian men, these other diaspora males. They don't want them to be the standard. They don't even want the Dougla, the Blindian men. You have a lot of these mixed men, biracial men, darker skin. They're like Blindian in the Caribbean and stuff. They don't want them to be the standard of black masculinity. Oh no, no. They pick the Bantu male because they have numbers. They pick them to be the standard. You guys pay attention. This is why it's very important to be ultra specific, because you have these interlopers and Bantu butt kissers who come in here and want to take you off your square and cause confusion. They're trying to throw in Blasians and Douglas and all this other shit and say, you're colorists because you're not saying they're mulatto. They're not mulatto. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. Thanks for the content, though, but give me a break. Yeah. Okay. And then she puts reality is they go by their modern tribe names, Igbo, Yoruba, Zulus, and whatever. Bantu may instead be a language family. It's a racial ethnic group. Do a DNA test. What happens? You can see Bantu pops up. Yeah. Checkmate. Okay. Moving on. Many so-called real Bantu speakers in Africa are just as golden yellow or light olive complexion as mulattoes. Show the proof or you're lying. Now, you're a Bantu butt kisser. You use FBA, so right away I know you're a fraud. I don't trust you because you use FBA. So there you go. Some have reddish hair and amber eyes. Even celebs like Lenny Kravitz and Doja Cat, who are mulattoes, have 4C tight curled hair. Finally, Ethiopian Somalian people have hair as straight and shiny as biracials. Again, Ethiopian Somalians are not Bantus. And you said they have hair like biracials. Yeah, because they're mixed. Ethiopians, Eritreans, they're in the Horn of Africa. And not all of them are mixed, Somalians, etc. But a lot of Ethiopians, Eritreans, yeah, they're a lot heavily mixed of Arabic genetics. So yeah, it makes sense why their hair would be straight. Yeah, and they're not Bantu. That's the whole thing. I'm going to readdress that because they want like the Tyrese Gibson, Da Baby. That's the thumbnail I put on the video where this comment is at. He's a little short, dark-skinned Bantu. They want him to be the representative of dark-skinned masculinity. And they click up. The dark-skinned Bantu has a hive mind. They get on podcasts with other dark-skinned Bantus. They click up and they exclude the mulatto man. They're not going to look at a Somali and say he's a representation of blackness, black masculinity, or an Ethiopian. They're not going to do that. That's not what they do. Okay? They have a code of conduct, even if it's not written. They don't have a constitution or anything that's like public, but they have a hive mindset. They are going to be on code with other Bantus to exclude the mulatto. That's what they're doing with Drake. And you put, if you have to divide, then aren't there more similarities and differences between us all? Well, you tell me what the similarity is. I already know what you're going to say. We have a common enemy. White supremacy, racism. Yeah, that's fine. There's some commonalities with the white supremacists, white nationalists. But the issue is with you Bantus and you Bantu butt kissers is you want us to do all the dirty work. Mulattoes have nothing to prove. All the way from Frederick Douglass to Colin Kaepernick, we've been fighting harder than anybody in the goddamn country. Okay, for equality. Nobody has a track record like us, from Thurgood Marshall, Adam Clayton Powell, Dr. Claude Anderson, like I said, Frederick Douglass. The list goes on and on. Nobody has a solid record and track record of trying to bring peace, equality in the United States more than the American mulatto. End of discussion. We've already proven it. The American mulatto has already proven that we are the peacemakers. Okay? We are the mediators in the society. We can bring people together. But mulattoes, the younger generation now, specifically, are figuring out, okay, what do you get in return? You get in-grouped and out-grouped. You get a conditional kind of acceptance. You don't even get your own autonomy. That's a shitty deal. You better rethink your position. I'm telling mulattoes, make sure you get paid from them. They owe you. Right? But that's what I'm trying to say here. This person doesn't even highlight the similarities. I already know what it is. They want you to fight all their damn battles for you while their black ass sits on their ass playing Xbox, chasing light-skinned women, or white men, because if it's a black female, it's a divester, dark skinned Bantu female. They want white guys. That's why they're crying like hoes for Charlie Kirk. They're all divestors, dark skinned female. She wants fucking the white man, white boy. She's gonna cry for Charlie. You already know what you're dealing with. All these divester rejects and shit. BWE. So yeah, they're not mulatto, okay? So the whole similarity is they want you to fight their battles while they sit on their ass acting stupid. Fuck out of here. Why bring up these old fashioned words like mulatto, preto, and pardo, octoroon, and quadroon? She's saying, why bring up these old fashioned words? The name of the stream, hypocrisy in the policing of language. Now we go back to her comment here. She's going to call herself a slave. As a Rosalind right here, her username, she says, as a American descendants of slaves. She started out calling herself a fucking slave. Is that on old fashioned? There's no slavery. It's not legal in the United States. You got to catch these Bantus in their lies. It's interesting, right? She starts off by calling herself a slave, which is outdated. I'm not going to call your ass ADOS or her FBA. These are fake identities. I'm not going to, no. But then you go right down here. Why bring these old fashioned, and this is the same person who's on the other comment, she says race is a social construct. It was made up. That's what they do. These Bantu butt kissers and interlopers, they come into our spot and they want us to accept their bullshit. They want us to fight their battles, and they're not even paying us. You're not paying us. You're not cash apping, giving us nothing. Hilarious. And you still think this arrangement's going to work? They got the older mulattoes. Granted, I get that. They got the old, but the younger people were like, okay, you got to support our business. You got to cash app us, sign up for a membership, or fucking get out of here. I have no business with you. I'm traveling the world. I can work with mestizos and Latinos and Arabs and other people and Asian people. I'm good. I'll work with Anglos. I'll work with who I can work with. I'm good. I'm not going to sit here and just like try to be cool with you. I'm not getting nothing out of it. Not me. Plus, measuring the percentage of white genes, this language was used over 150 years ago in slave ports, New Orleans, Haiti, Brazil. But she's calling herself a slave. The irony of this doofus as a American descendant of slave, and then she's going to police my language and say the language you're using was used 150 years ago. Don't call yourself mulatto. Call yourself a black like me, so you could be a minority in my group and we could punk you. You're like, you think we're all dumb over here, huh? Sounds like an older person, because they're used to punk that generation, the Xers and the boomers and stuff. They're used to punking all these mulattoes out there, bro. Depending on whatever city and whatever they're from in America. Now, these older generations, man, the Gen X blacks punked these Gen X mulattoes, and it was worse with the boomer blacks. They punked the boomer mulattoes, man. But I'm a millennial mulatto. None of you millennial blacks are punking me. The whole reason why we have this operation is to create our own shit. You need to pay. And a shout out to Bunny Strange. I see she's in the chat. She said the free trial has expired. They seriously need to pay up now. This idea where they can think they can come up in here and try to punk us to like do their dirty work, and they just want white acceptance. The thing with mulattoes, we don't give a fuck about white acceptance. We don't give a shit. We're already half white. It's our birthright. It's our family. We don't care. She puts here rules for thee, but not for me. American Bantu motto. Exactly. Shout out to you. Crazy, huh? She contradicts herself. She starts off by calling herself a slave, and then later on she's saying, you're using 150 years ago language in slave ports. Yeah, idiot. These are outdated words used by colonial slave masters and are belittling and describing, yeah, you're just an old dumb bat, Rosalind. I can tell you're an older. See, the thing is, you tricked these older, she's an older black lady. She tricked these older mulattoes. You got a lot of these Gen X mulattoes who think they're black women, and they got a white mama, and I like Sage Steele that she's biracial identified, but I don't like her politics, to be honest with you, but that's a whole nother discussion. I think that's all I got for this Let me get to your guys' comments. Yeah, I'm not going to be up here all night. I think the timing we're good, and I'll be back soon with some more fire for you guys. Shout out to you in the chat. All right, talking about Biggie Smalls. Yeah, Dr. Dre's brown skin. He's not light skinned. That's the thing, is because they confuse the issue, right? With the whole light skin. That's what I'm saying. Like with some of them, if they embrace the term like red bone or something like that, or marabou, something, right? Like I think that'd be fitting. Even if they embrace Griff, I'm not gonna. You're not mulatto. I'm not gonna claim you. But if they do that, that's good for them. They can have a extra layer of specificity. But when you start labeling yourself as by a skin color, like where are you gonna get from that? You're not gonna go anywhere. You know. You say you have golden skin. Well, half of the damn planet has golden skin. You say light skin or something. It's like, well, what the hell does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. Mulatto is ultra specific. It's heritage component, European African heritage. You're biracial. You have one white parent, one black parent, or two mulatto parents. Very specific. Like there's no confusion, and there's enough of us around the planet. I've met you guys from England, Brazil, Dominican Republic, Panama. I was in Costa Rica. I meet these mulattoes around the planet. Like there's enough of us. It's not just the United States. It's global. And Canada, I cannot forget Canada. So it's like this idea that we're like confused and we don't know what the hell's going on. Now we've identified who's who. We're connecting. We're taking those first steps. We're networking. We're already here now, and we're not going anywhere. It's just going to grow. What's going on, Mulatto Vanguard? Had to get on your live tonight. Shout out to you, Enlighten Hope. Dr. Dre, Dave Chappelle, and Chris Brown isn't what I would consider MGM. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell. Yeah, Dr. Dre or Dave Chappelle. Like what? Dave Chappelle? Is his mom mulatto? Possibly. Let me check. I can do a search. I mean, never didn't look into it. Uh, yeah, she looks mixed. Yeah, but then again, if this is his mom, Dave Chappelle, let me see if there's get a better picture. Dave Chappelle with mom. With the Google search, I can't find a picture of him with his mom, I see if this, yeah, Dave Chappelle's parents. Okay, yeah, his mom is obviously mixed. But then again, Dave Chappelle, okay, he has a mixed mom and a black dad. He's not mulatto. Like, how is that confusing? Like, it's same with Beyonce. Beyonce's light skinned. She's lighter skinned than Dave Chappelle. I don't claim Beyonce as being mulatto. So that colorism argument doesn't work on me because I've never claimed Beyonce as mulatto. you know, See, they try to make it a color thing that they're showing their ass because that's their only like argument they have to try to put us on a defensive. You're just a colorist. You don't want to claim. Um, I got sidetracked. It's just some little weird troll deserves to get blocked. You've been so annoying. It's like now you jump into the damn comments of my live stream. Let me just get you up out of here real quick and help you out. Yeah. So with the whole Dave Chappelle thing, yeah, his mom looks mixed. If these pictures, that's what's her she looks like. I can share with you guys. Not that it matters. I mean, he's not mulatto. Is his mom mulatto? Probably. I don't. Just looking at the picture, if this is his mom, yeah. Look at her hair texture, her skin tone, yeah. But then again, it's like, and that's Dave Chappelle's like brother or whatever, and that's his mom. Yeah, just mulatto presenting for sure. There's no doubt about it. That's not the issue. The issue is Dave Chappelle is not mulatto, and I'm not a color. The whole colorism shit. I don't give a damn what you people call me. You don't make the rules over here. The thing is you're easily debunked because I've never claimed Beyonce, and I don't claim Chris Brown either. I've never claimed them. So I don't give a damn how light skinned Beyonce is or Chris Brown. Like, no, they're not. Show me if they're mulatto. If they're not, I don't give a damn. See, it's the Bantu butt kisser who comes over here and brings their confusion and tries to dump their shit onto us. The reality is that the idea of being mixed means something else in AA communities. The argument is that black now means mix. This is why you will hear people, yeah, they're trying to say that black Americans are all mixed, and I don't care. I'm not buying it. Okay, Michael Jordan doesn't look mixed. He's not. You're just a colorist mulatto vanguard. Okay, well, keep crying. Don't care. You're not biracial. I don't care. Like, go to a channel where they tell you you're special for being dark skinned. That's most of all the channels out here. That's every damn channel on YouTube. Even the fucking Anglos are kissing your black ass. That's how pathetic it is out here. Everyone's telling you how special you are because you're dark skinned. See, it's the mulattoes they fear because the mulatto class is rising and we're acquiring power very rapidly once we get our hands in industries. We're already all over in the military. We're all over in law enforcement. We're in academia. We're in politics from state to state, from San Diego to New York to Maine to Oregon to Florida. Mulattoes are into politics globally. Prime Minister of Wales is mulatto. Mulatto is all in the UK, Brazil, politics around the planet. So we're in all these sectors. The industry, the industry is the key thing. Once we get our hands in these industries, okay, the mulatto class is only growing. What appears to have occurred is that being black in America, I think I already read that comment. I see that mulatto men get it worse than us because they feel if you are not conforming, you're not of us. You're a threat. Yeah, you make a good point. You're right. And that's where I've gotten a lot of like pushback because I'm a non-conformist. And if you don't conform to their like Pookie standards, because the Pookie archetype has dominated the African American male kind of image, the Pookie archetype, because there's a lot of black men, dark skin, Bantu, if I want to use that, whatever, black men who get excluded from the black American community. They call them nerds and shit. And, they exclude them. They feel excluded because they don't have that whole ghetto archetype. That ghetto archetype, the whole hip hop marketing has dominated the imagery, right? Um, so they get excluded from the group. And and me as a biracial man, right? I'm not a conformist. I'm not going to conform to that ghetto hood booger shit. So because of that, yeah, they look at you as a threat. Yeah, I've experienced that personally, and you've seen that, you've observed that wherever you are, out here. And so, yeah, it's true. And for me as a man, it's very simple. Just build and create my own shit. It's working out for me. Like, I don't need to ask permission to be a cool or be in a group. Oh, I know I'm not a teenager. Okay. That's been fun, but I'm not even trying to be down with them and cool and all. Just do my own shit and build my own network. Shout out to Mulatto in the chat. I'm the MGM. I'm new to this channel. Shout out to you. I will accept Blindians into my group. Real, actual Blindians, though, no fakers. I'm proud Douglas people are speaking up. They need to separate as well because they are being used for breeding out as much as mulattoes. Interesting. But I did see Divestors post a photo of Charlie Kirk with black women and saying how he loves black women. Meanwhile, he said disrespectful shit about black women. Yeah, he said black women only get these jobs because they're taking it from white people. Stupid, dumbass black women who were crying for Massa Charlie. It's very hilarious, but I'm not surprised. I can't say I'm surprised because these people, they come from the BWE, Divester, exotical spaces. It's just all the same shit. They all do the same shit. They all have the same grift. I don't need to go there, but I can if I need to. But it's all the same. They all worship white guys, right? And then they try to use mixed guys to make like black guys jealous. Fuck out of here. You're not paying us or giving us anything. Fuck out. And you're not mulatto, number one. So at that point, it's like I don't see the mulattoes praising Kirk. I don't think I've seen one on what do you call it? Well, actually, I did see one, but I see just as many who are clowning him, or not clowning him, but they're not sympathetic for his passing. Let me just say that. Let me move on. So I'll probably hurt some feelings with that. The Anglo-Saxon biggest threat now is going extinction. That's why they're complaining about the birth rate. Yeah, the immigration's the big thing with the Anglos. They cry about immigration, right? And white women sleeping with black men, creating mulattoes. So they fear us, the mulattoes. They don't fear blacks, dark skinned blacks. The Anglos fear mulattoes. But the Anglos have weaponized blacks to try to put us in our place in the workplace environment. This is where I see it the most. You're a mulatto man in the work environment. The Anglos, they're very cordial with blacks because in the break room, when you're not, they work together as a team against the mulattoes to subjugate mulattoes, neutralize mulattoes. That's why mulattoes get into your own business, figure out what you're good at, your skill set, network, build upon that. It's going to metastasize and get worse as this goes on because this is a strategy they need for survival, right? They want to neutralize mulattoes, and yeah, the immigration's a big thing for them as well. The biggest thing. That's why Trump is in office in the American empire. They got Trump there because his whole platform is anti-immigrant, right? Build the wall, right? Interesting stuff going on. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'll be back pretty soon. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, make sure you hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.